Haters, haters, haters. Ladies and gentlemen, people of Earth, wrestling fans of all ages, the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast proudly brings to you another AEW recap show. In a sense, there was a little small program, but we still gonna talk about it because we thought it was interesting. So we gonna talk about it. So we are your latest and greatest, and hopefully your favorite wrestling podcast in the land. That's right, Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I am Kills at Wills.
I am Chava.
And today we're talking about the AEW Continental Cup. They had a little selection show. Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone sat down and they told us the first round, they told us all the participants, all 16 people that'll be in it. And then they gave us the matches. So we're just going to talk about what they talked about. Yeah. So like I said, hosted by Tony Schiavone and Tony. I put Nick Khan, Tony Khan, wrong Khan, Tony Khan, owner and GM. So the Continental Cup, the final will be at All In August 30th in Wembley Stadium in London.
One more thing to look forward to for that All In.
Yes. Yeah. The tournament starts on a live collision Saturday the 8th at Colorado Springs in Colorado. There is a Continental Classic that they do in the winter, so this differs a little bit. I personally have not seen, and it was the first time I'd ever heard of it, so I don't know much about it.
Same, yeah. I don't know much about the one in the winter, and then this is an inaugural cup, I guess.
First day.
So exciting.
So we're all learning it together. Now, speaking of learning it, how it works, I'm basically going to give you the same rules as they gave us, just straight from the little show. So no outside interference and no time limits. So despite whatever faction you're in, everybody's got to stay in the back and no time limits.
I thought that was kind of cool because every time you're doing, or every time they defend the Continental, everyone has to stay in the back. That's already a rule, but it's usually a 20-minute time limit. So I'm curious how these matches, if any of these matches are going to go more than 20 minutes, because that is a rule.
I think so, especially
probably the one in All In.
Yeah,
most likely.
Yeah, and I think the first ones will be shorter than even when they get down to the 8, whatever. Then they'll maybe start to pick up. Man, who knows? We might see some squash matches.
Yeah,
who knows? So there are 16 wrestlers compete in 8 blind draw matches, so random. The 8 winners then compete in 4 blind draw matches. The 4 winners move on to the semifinals in Glasgow, Scotland, August 26th. And the cup final takes place, like we said, at Wembley at All In. Winner of the final will receive the Continental Cup and will be the new AEW Continental Champion. So that's pretty cool. Tony Khan, for those that do not know, is the owner of a certain football team. Which football team? Well, he says
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He says that all the names were put into a Jacksonville Jaguars helmet. So plug himself, plug yourself, and that's where there will be every name drawn will be out that same helmet.
So even though we don't see the name,
we didn't see the draw, but just take his word for it.
That it came from the helmet.
That's the helmet. Yeah. That one. That one there. So let's give you the participants and maybe say like a word about them if we want, but really just giving you the information. It starts, of course, with the current Continental Champion, leader of the Death Riders, Jon Moxley. Then we have 3 members of the conglomeration, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, ex-Trios champions there. Then we have ex-Ring of Honor champion and one of your favorite commentators, Nigel McGuinness, Neil's brother.
Neil.
Okay, then we have.
What's funny is I was literally thinking Neil in my head right before he said Nigel. But yes, Nigel McGuinness. We have ex-Ring of Honor Pure Champion and ex-Trios Champion with the Ops, Katsuyori Shibata. Then we have David Finley from the Dogs. And we have 2 members of the Bang Bang Gang, Guns Up. It is Ace Austin and their leader, Switchblade Jay White. Then we have a member of Skyflight. It is Matt Seidel. Then we have a member of the Elite. It is Jungle Jack Perry. Then we get 3 members of the Don Callis family. It is Jake Doyle, the Machine Brian Cage, and Hechicero.
the current CMML World Heavyweight Champion. Then we get a member of the Death Riders. It is Claudio Castagnoli. And then rounding it all up is the first Continental Champion in AEW, first ever, Eddie Kingston is going to be in that thing.
I don't know much about him. I think I've seen some of him in the early stuff.
Yes, but I know he had I think he was one of CM Punk's first big feuds when Punk first came to AEW. I believe first or second.
I haven't gotten to when Punk
shows up yet. Yeah.
I think he might have been in the 2019 stuff and some of those, but I don't know much about him. But cool, it's great to see that the inaugural champ is going to be in this tournament.
I know he hasn't been around for a while. I don't know if he's been hurt or been doing some stuff, but he's it's good to see that he's back in the tournament. So that is the who's in it. We get to the first 8 matches. So the first round, these first 3 matches are going to be on Collision Saturday the 8th. That's the one in Colorado Springs. And it's going to be Orange Cassidy versus Matt Sydal. It's the first time these two will ever be facing each other. Claudio Castagnoli will be facing Ace Austin, and Jake Doyle will be facing Eddie Kingston. For those matches, my want and will is Orange Cassidy. My want and will is Claudio Castagnoli, and my want and will is Eddie Kingston.
The first one is Orange and who again?
Orange and Matt Sydal.
Orange is my same. Want and will is going to be Orange. The second one
Claudio and Ace Austin.
I want Claudio to win. I like Claudio and
Jake Doyle, Eddie Kingston.
Who will though? Claudio and
I'm
going to go Claudio. And then Jake Doyle and Kingston. I think they'll give it to Kingston just because he's the first champ. He should at least advance one round.
I think so.
I'll be honest. I guess Jake Doyle because I know him the most. I know him in the Don Callis family.
I'm wrong with that.
But yeah, but I think Eddie will win it.
There we go. That brings us to matches 4 and 5. They're going to be on the Dynamite Wednesday, August 12th in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. This time we'll do them one at a time. So we have Switchblade Jay White versus David Finlay. And I put like that, man, this is in the first round. This is a crazy match. It's random.
Yeah, random.
I put a star next to it because I'm looking forward to this match. I've been wanting Jay White and David Finlay have been building to a singles match since Jay White has come back, where we saw him come back at Forbidden Door and cost David Finlay that match. We've seen him steal his shillelagh recently, so this has been coming to a head, man. So I'm excited for this match. My want and will are both Switchblade Jay White.
I think, yeah, because in kayfabe, fuck Finlay. So I'm going to say Jay White for both. Yeah.
I would not be surprised if we get Clark Connors to come out and possibly cost Jay White this for Jay White to come back and cost Finlay this, and then maybe they have an ultimate one-on-one match at All In. That's really what I want. So I think I'm just projecting. I think that's what I want to happen. But yeah, we'll see. And then the next match will be Jungle Jack Perry versus the current champion Jon Moxley. It's the first time these two are ever facing each other, which is mad surprising to me. For as long as they've both been in AEW, I'm surprised their paths have never crossed in the ring. So that if I should have put a second star because I'm even saying it now. I'm excited to see these two go at it. Who do I want to win? Jungle Jack Perry, because I think he needs some gold. Who do I think will win though? Jon Moxley, because I'm not losing this belt, brother. Not to you.
I think he'll go to the end.
I think
he'll go to the end. I think he'll be in All In defending it. Yeah. But I'm ditto with you. I would like to see Perry win, but I know that Mox is gonna win. Yeah.
And that brings us to matches 6, 7, and 8. They will be on the Collision Saturday, August 15th in Vegas. So they're going to be in the same venue. So I imagine it's going to be a taped Collision, and so the people in Vegas are going to get uh, a whole slew of great matches. So go to the first one. Picked it random. It is Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. This one, I had to kind of think a little bit about my want and will because but the most I've seen, well, because just I was like, I haven't seen Roger Strong that much. I've seen more of Kyle O'Reilly. So that's my want, my will, Kyle O'Reilly, because I've seen him more. I've watched him battle Mox um, to a really great match at Double or Nothing. And then just Kyle O'Reilly's the dude who brought up the Nintendo. And so he's just been the more fun guy and better kind of looking wrestler to me. So Kyle O'Reilly.
I think Kyle's gonna or is my want, and for that very reason is he used a Nintendo. I thought that was pretty great.
I'll get you some points.
You got my points. No other reason other than he busted out a Nintendo. That's why I wanted to win. But I think Roderick will win. I don't know. The silly guy is going to be Cassidy. He'll move forward. I don't think we need two silly guys. Or maybe he's not silly. Maybe I'm just thinking he's silly because he busted out a.
He's a little silly. They're all a little silly.
A Nintendo, but I think Roderick will win.
Okay.
But I want Kyle to win.
Let's go, Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
Bust out another Nintendo.
Then we have the Machine, Brian Cage versus Hechicero. Who do I want to win? Hechicero. Who do I think will win? I think they're going to give it to Cage, or I think Don Callis will cheat to have Cage win somehow. Even though it's Don Callis against Don Callis.
Don Callis.
Oh, and actually, no. That's right. No one can come out and cost anybody anything.
Yeah.
Because no one can come to the ring. So never mind.
No.
I take back a little of that. I'm thinking so Clark Connors can't come out. And I still think everything will happen the way it will happen. But I just think they will have Brian Cage take it. I still think he will find a way to cheat to win. Basically. I think he's gonna start to get out wrestled by Hechicero, get frustrated, cheat, try to slam him, and then that'll be the thing. So.
I want Hechicero to win. I like that guy.
I do too.
He's pretty great.
Me too.
But I think that Cage will win.
Yes.
Only because not even the whole cheating thing or whatnot. I just think Hechicero already has a championship. So like, I mean, if he advances, maybe one round, but I don't know. I think they'll just give it to Cage.
So we are in agreement. Both want Hechicero, both think Brian Cage will take it. And then the last is Katsuyori Shibata versus Nigel McGuinness. First time they are ever facing each other. Who do I want to win? Nigel McGuinness, because I just think that would be interesting if Nigel McGuinness wins. Who do I think will win? Katsuyori Shibata, because Nigel McGuinness can't win. He's a commentator. It's just ex-wrestler, yes. Not knocking that, but come on.
Yeah, he's going to get back to commentary. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. No offense to you, Sir Nigel, but come on.
I want Nigel to win just because I know Nigel. It'd be kind of cool, but
right.
I don't think he will. I think Shibata's going to win. I don't know Shibata, but I'm excited to see him.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see him wrestle.
I'm going to not look into him until I watch him.
Yeah, same.
Because I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised in real time.
And just
be like, oh. And yeah, that's it. We've given you the dates. We've given you the names, so you know when to watch. As of recording, we're about 3 days away, 4 days away, 3 days away, give or take. So from round one, so that should be some fun. That's it. That was a little recap show. You can do us a favor. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. You can tell your friends that your favorite wrestling podcast will soon be their favorite wrestling podcast. We are on Instagram at Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. We're on YouTube. And if you just want to listen to us, we're on Spotify and Apple Music. I have things to do. He has things to do. We know that y'all have things to do. But he has some great last words for you before we head on out of here. Let him know.
Support indie wrestling. Go see if there's any local promotions by where you're at, and go watch some live wrestling. It's super fun.
That's where it's at. We taking off for the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I Kills that with.
I'm Chava.
Guess what, y'all? Woo! Gonna see y'all on the next one.
Bye.
This has been a Section 8 Wrestling Podcast production.